Ghosts and demons have been a part of Asian culture for centuries, with many different beliefs and traditions surrounding their existence. From the vengeful ghosts of Japan to the hungry ghosts of China, and the terrifying demons of Indian mythology, Asian folklore is rich with stories of supernatural beings. These entities are often thought to represent the fears and anxieties of the living, and are used as a way to explore complex issues such as death, morality, and the human condition. In this video, we will explore some of the most fascinating stories and legends surrounding ghosts and demons in a particular country in Asia, and delve into the cultural and historical significance of these mythical creatures. Today we will go deep into the roots and history of some ghosts and spirits of Vietnam. This is Creepy Shorts, Asia. The bogeyman legend in England is a centuries-old folklore figure used to scare children into good behavior. The bogeyman is typically depicted as a malevolent creature who lurks in the shadows and preys on misbehaving children. The Vietnamese counterpart of the bogeyman is Ong Ba Bi. As children, many Vietnamese likely recall feeling afraid of Ong Ba Bi, or the three-sacked man. Parents would use the threat of this creature to make us behave, warning their children that he would come and take them away if they cried too much or refused to eat their vegetables. In Vietnamese folklore, Ong Ba Bi is often described in folk verses as an old, rugged man with a fearsome appearance. He is said to have 3 sacks, 9 straps, and 12 eyes, a description that is both eerie and ominous. According to legend, Ong Ba Bi is known for kidnapping naughty children using his sacks, which he uses to carry them off into the night. The origin of this cultural ethos related to history can be traced back to the 17th century famine in Vietnam, which was a prolonged period of famine and starvation caused by a range of factors such as droughts, floods, and other natural calamities that decimated crop yields and agricultural production. As a result, many people resorted to illegal activities such as child abduction and trafficking to fulfill their basic needs. Despite his fearsome reputation, however, there are some who believe that Ong Ba Bi has a more benevolent side. In some parts of Vietnam, he is also regarded as a protector of children and is believed to watch over them while they sleep. Regardless of how he is viewed, Ong Ba Bi remains an important figure in Vietnamese folklore and a powerful symbol of the country's cultural heritage. Spirits living in bodies of water such as rivers, lakes, and oceans play an important role in the country's religious and cultural traditions. These spirits, known as Tui Long or Long Vong, are believed to be the guardians of the water and the creatures that live within it. In addition to benevolent water spirits, Vietnamese folklore also includes malevolent spirits that are believed to haunt bodies of water, particularly those where people have drowned. These spirits, known as Ma Da, or drowning ghosts, are thought to be the souls of those who died in the water and were never given proper burials. According to legend, these spirits can cause accidents and drag people down into the depths of the water to drown alongside them. It is said that the Ma Da can be appeased with offerings of food and incense, as well as by conducting rituals to honor the dead. Ma Da are often described as having bloated and waterlogged bodies, with long and tangled hair that obscures their faces. Despite this, the Vietnamese people continue to honor and rely on the water for their daily lives, making offerings to both benevolent and malevolent spirits in order to ensure their safety and well-being. Ma Than Vong, which translates to hanged spirit, is a type of ghost that is believed to haunt execution sites, particularly those where people have been hanged. These spirits are said to be the lingering souls of those who were unjustly executed, died while cursing their executioners, or did not receive proper funerary rites. Moth and Vong are considered malevolent spirits that seek revenge on the living by causing accidents, illnesses, and other misfortunes. They are often depicted as wearing white or black clothes, with long hair that obscures their faces. In a contemporary interpretation, Moth and Vong is also believed to embody the spirits of individuals who have ended their own lives by hanging. These souls are said to remain at the places of their death, waiting to attack anyone who comes close as an expression of their anger and resentment. Hanged victims were a common sight during times of political unrest and instability, particularly during the French colonial period and the Vietnam War. The use of public executions as a means of punishing political dissidents and criminals was a brutal and traumatic experience for many Vietnamese people, and the belief in lingering spirits reflects the ongoing trauma and psychological impact of these events. The indigenous Muong people residing in the mountainous regions of Vietnam's Thanh Hoa provinces have long passed down tales of tigers that transform into malevolent spirits after preying on 100 humans. According to these stories, the tiger demon becomes endowed with exceptional intelligence and physical prowess, while its hair turns gray, and red dots appear on its ears as a mark of its deadly feat. Once transformed, these tiger demons relish inflicting cruelty upon their victims and capturing their souls to turn them into matran, which are forced to obey the tigers for all eternity. These spirits often appear as ordinary humans but spend their time wandering through the forests, attempting to lure unsuspecting individuals to their demonic masters. Matran folklore is deeply ingrained in the culture and beliefs of the Vietnamese people, particularly those living in rural areas. Additionally, the folklore surrounding Matran reflects the importance of respecting nature and the environment, as it is said that the tiger demons only emerge when their habitat is threatened by human activity. Overall, the stories of Matran continue to be passed down through generations, serving as a reminder of the mysteries and dangers of the natural world, and the need to live in harmony with it. The ancient Greeks believed in the underworld, which they called Hades, and it was ruled by the god of the same name. The Roman version of the underworld was called Orcus, and it was also associated with punishment and suffering for the dead. Vietnamese culture doesn't go far from this idea and depiction of the underworld. In Vietnamese mythology, Gia Mao, the Mother Earth goddess associated with the dead, the underworld, and the cycle of reincarnation faced problems about the growing number of human population, so thus the number of human deaths every year, and the demons she employed weren't smart enough to deal with this. After talking to her husband, she decided to pick out the souls of 9 men who had performed enough graces in their lives to become her judges, known in Vietnamese folklore as the Q Dien Diem Van, 9 Kings of Hell. There is a known spirit that dwells the underworld and tortures the souls of the damned. The people who made grave mistakes when they were still alive. This entity is called Then Trung. According to certain urban legends in Vietnam, Then Trung are malevolent spirits that typically manifest near freshly dug graves. Their purpose is to torment the souls of the recently departed, extracting information about their living relatives. Armed with this knowledge, Then Trung can then target and claim the souls of those individuals, resulting in cases where multiple family members pass away in quick succession. These spirits are often depicted as black birds with menacing blood-red beaks. Some versions of the legend suggest that they possess human bodies with avian heads. The tales of Then Trung have served as inspiration for a Vietnamese horror game titled Then Trung, where players delve into the dark alleys of Hanoi to uncover hidden secrets. Vietnamese ghosts and spirits have been an integral part of the country's rich culture and history. These supernatural beings have shaped Vietnamese beliefs and practices, inspiring stories, art, and even modern media. Despite modernization and the influence of other cultures, Vietnamese ghosts and spirits continue to fascinate and intrigue people around the world, offering a glimpse into the unique beliefs and values of this beautiful country. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe and leave a comment.